excited to see
Oh, I
you and to be in
could not wait. I
conversation
was
with
so
you.
looking forward to this, and I'm so glad we finally made it happen.
Me too. Me too. It is such a pleasure. And I feel like
Yes.
long overdue. I mean, our paths crossed here and there, but we haven't had a moment to really chat. And it's so good to be able to do that
Yeah,
here with
I was telling
everybody.
everybody because you're like, I feel like you're my kindred spirit because I kind of watch what you're doing and I'm like, she reminds me so much of myself because you're juggling so much stuff. Like, you produce and then you're doing the whole health and wellness thing. So I love it.
Exactly. Exactly. I know. And it's so great. I mean, and I think me learning about your health and wellness. And why don't we just start right there because I've checked out allrightnow.com. And I'm just curious, like, how did you get to the health and wellness space? What made you decide you
Well,
wanted
okay,
to
so I'm gonna
do a
try to
platform
like
like
be
that?
as abridged as I can because it's a long story. But I actually went to college pre-med. And so I went to Stanford and graduated from Stanford, but I was pre-med. Like early on, I thought I was going to be a doctor. And so I've always like been
Oh,
fascinated with, the body and everything. So then cut to after I finished college at 25, my father, who was a college basketball coach and former athlete, and for all like, appearance purposes, looked like he was in great shape. But when I was 25 years old,
right.
he had an unexpected heart attack and had quadruple bypass heart surgery. So, like, four arteries were
Wow.
clogged. And I didn't
Oh
quite
my
realize
God.
because they don't teach you that in college, like, what causes that. So I started like researching and asking questions. I'm sorry.
But
Yeah,
he was
he was able to come
able to
back,
come
but it was
back from
major,
that.
major surgery. And so I started like learning about like cholesterol levels and how cholesterol can clog your arteries and all that kind of stuff. Because like when you're in your early 20s, like especially you're not thinking about that. And
You're
you're
not
just kind of
about
like,
it.
if you're slim and you're not overweight, you're like, oh, I can eat whatever I want to. And it's not going to affect me because, I don't have to worry about gaining weight. I'm still thin right now, but it's much more than that. And so it's not just like,
Right.
calories. It's also like you are what you eat. And so like everything, yeah. So everything you're putting in your
Yeah.
body is affecting your health. It's affecting your skin, everything. And so, yeah, your mind.
Your mind, your how you feel in
Absolutely. And
spirit,
so I
all of
didn't
it.
realize that. So then I was like, oh my God, I need to change my diet because I was eating so many fast foods and sodas. And I was also like even getting stomach aches all the time. And I didn't realize what was causing it. I was like, oh, I just have a weak stomach or whatever. But I was just putting so much bad stuff in my body. So after my father's wake up call, that's like when I completely changed the game on my lifestyle. And so I started eating healthy, no more sodas, drinking lots of water, and then just doing more and more research on supplementing. What things do I need to be supplementing with, and all that. And I mean, wouldn't you know, Tonya? Like, also to my early 20s, I had skin issues too. Believe it or not.
I can't imagine. I was gonna say the byproduct of
Oh,
all
well,
that healthy living
thank
is
you.
just
And
looking so good.
it's a work in progress. I'm working on it every day.
Never
Thank
a
you. But like
work in
my early
progress.
20s, because I'm eating bad, like I'm getting like breakouts and blemishes. I'm wasting all my money getting facials because I'm thinking, okay, facials, that's going to clear up, these blemishes that I have. But no, it was like a money pit because I wasn't solving the problem. The problem was that there you go. Yeah, I was eating
Internal.
bad foods and stuff. And so no sooner, true story, when I started changing my diet, then no more blemishes. And I was like looking at the texture of my skin. I'm like, wow, it's changed so much. That's because the bad food clogs your arteries. I mean, not arteries, your pores, excuse me, your pores.
Right.
So
Right.
anyway, so I changed that. And then I just kind of kept getting deeper and deeper. I'm sure like you, like the more you get into it and into having a healthy lifestyle, the more you want to learn how you can make it even healthier.
Exactly. The more you know. Well, I love that. I didn't realize you were pre med. So I'm gonna come back to health and wellness, but curious about a woman's life's journey. So, how did you go from pre med into producing? What
You know
what put you in
what,
that
sis, like, I
regard?
mean, God, everything that's happened in my life, I just give it to God because
Yeah,
it's always
it's
something unexpected. you know. And so every time I think I'm going down one path, then, you know, God surprises me and like, oh, I got something else for you. And so I decided after I graduated when I was 20. And so I decided I was going to take like a year or two off before I went to medical school and just kind of start like,
Mhm.
I wanted to work and make some money, catch up on bills and all that. So I started selling real estate. And so I was a real estate agent and broker for a couple of years, and I was did really well with that. Started making money. That's when I met my ex-husband, Kenneth Babyface Edmonds, and that was God's kind of like, no, no, on the pre-med, I got another plan for you, and then like met him when I was 22. So, yeah, a baby these days.
Yeah.
Like I can't even imagine my sons knowing who they're gonna marry at this point.
Right.
Yeah. So
Oh,
anyway, we got together when I was 22, and then I got kind of just pulled into the entertainment industry that way, and went on to like, you know, become a music publisher and have a record label, and then uh music supervising, you know,
uh,
doing
uh,
soundtracks for films, and then producing.
and
Yeah.
led you right
Yeah.
into the
Yeah.
production side of things. Yeah. And, I mean, that's a thing. I love that because, you know, God does have plans. I mean, what is it? Like you can, I can't remember the saying, but like, you know, you think you have a plan, but then God comes in
Oh
and
yeah.
it's
Oh
usually on
yeah.
God's plan. Like, and you can have the and it's amazing if you're open to being directed by God and you follow the crumbs and you know it's amazing what happens. But I love that you started off like in medicine and health and you know have had a career
Yeah,
and then now you've brought it back
it's been
around the
a
health.
beautiful journey that's continuing the whole health and wellness journey. And so so then again, so like what started that back up again with All Right Now is that, you know, both my parents, Tonya, are deceased now. It's yeah, they passed away, you know,
Sorry to
from
hear
various
that.
different health issues and stuff. And so my mom, maybe 5 years ago, passed away with mesothelioma cancer, which there was really no cure for. And so, as I was
Right.
her caretaker for the last couple years of her life, going in and out of hospitals and, you know, talking to doctors and, you know, again, doing more and more research, I started discovering also two things that, you know, contribute to health problems like cancer, you know, and how you can help, you know,
Mm-hmm.
build your immune system and build your body up to help fight those things. And you get into like the concept of
Right.
antioxidants and supplements and things that just really build your immune system. So when my mom passed away, I really, that day, I decided that I wanted to make it my mission to just spread the
Yeah.
word on things that can help us lead healthier lives and help us prevent things like that. So I
I
started the
love
website, and then I started just, you know, as a one person operation, just writing my own articles and all of that. And then I started getting guest contributors, and then we've just kind of been growing and sharing information.
it.
Yeah,
I only
right.
laugh because I've been there. I started. That's how I even
Uh-huh.
got to my vitamin supplement company. I had a what I call now a blog. It was a
Yeah.
website called Healthy You Now that I started in 2009 and had no idea what I was doing, but like was writing
Oh
articles,
yes.
finding
Yep.
images,
Shutterstock and
you
all
know,
that.
because yeah, exactly. But especially because, and now it's a little better because we have Instagram and people post images of themselves working out. So we see it. But back when I was started it, it was like, we always talked about the statistics about that were not good
Yeah.
in terms of Black women's health. But it was like we had to show what does a healthy lifestyle look like. Let's start talking about it. Let's form
Yes.
community. Let's cheer
Yeah.
each other on. You know, and so and it's funny and then we got more contributors and then I was trying to figure out how to turn it into a business, which is how I ended up with Movita Organics, which is my way of
Right.
continuing the conversation with women and things like that, advocating for better health outcomes, and at the same time trying to provide a tool or tools to help women access that healthy lifestyle. Because like you, I mean, what I know is that we have we have some control over how we can live a healthy lifestyle and a long healthy lifestyle And I think that, especially right now, we're living in a time with big pharma where these new medications are coming out. We're in a revolution right now that are going to help extend our lives in a good way, but we've got
Oh
to still
yeah.
do the work. We still have to eat well. We still have to exercise. We have to keep up with what's happening. I look at what's happening with, like, for example, these Alzheimer's drugs. What's coming? And if we can keep our brains good and well long enough so that, God forbid, we get there, maybe the drugs will be better, and we'll be
Yeah.
able to avoid some of
And then that's when you get
the
into doing things
hardships.
like supplementing it too. And like the vitamin B's are great for your brain, and magnesium and things like that. And so all of those things just really increase the longevity of our bodies and everything, all of our organs and everything operating in our bodies. But going back to what you're saying, I think the other thing too that's important, like, and I'm amazed and I applaud everything that you're doing in the health and wellness side, but it's great and it's important for us to lead by example. And so we cannot just like
Agreed.
talk that talk and then, behind the scenes, I'm still eating McDonald's and Taco Bell like you used to. So
Exactly.
one thing that I've really tried to amp up on in the last year or two is to really show people that I really truly am living this authentic life, and everything that I'm talking to you guys about, I really practice what I preach, and I'm supplementing every day, and I'm watching my diet, and I'm drinking lots of water, and I love lemon water, and I'm exercising, I'm getting out into into nature to get that vitamin D, that natural vitamin D. So all those kind of things I think are really, really important for us to showcase as well.
I agree. And I really appreciate you saying that, because I do think sometimes some people will believe that, oh well, no, she's doing other, she's not really working out, she doesn't have to do the hard work, she's just a naturally pretty girl, she's just a naturally beautiful woman who can do whatever. And but it is hard work. It is, and it is, like we said, it's
Right.
consistent, never ending, hard. And I agree. I think we have to be the examples. I mean,
Yeah.
you and I are close in age, and it's because, in a way, I don't really
I
think
don't
of
either.
myself as an
I
elder,
can't.
but like a
I
little
don't feel my age at all. And every time I look at my driver's license, I'm like,
right.
wow, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah.
I feel really good, and is because I try to get in 6 days a week of working out. Like, I try to drink a lot of water. I'm very particular about what I eat and what I don't eat. And it's interesting. I think that there are people who will give people a hard time, and I've had that, where people will say something like, this is a few years ago, I was down south, and someone offered me an iced tea, and I said, well, is it sweetened iced tea,
Oh
or I
my
actually
God.
prefer
Again,
iced tea
same.
with no sugar. And so much aid they gave me. So, oh, that's
No,
how
I'm
you
the
all
same way.
do.
I don't
Okay.
even like the taste of iced tea with sugar. It like I've drank it without sugar
Oh,
for like so many
drink
years.
it.
Like I don't like the taste of it. It just tastes way too sweet. It's
Oh yeah,
yeah.
no, and I can feel
Yeah.
it in my body too. That sugar, and I think, I try to encourage people to try to, don't hate on your friends or your family that are trying to make positive changes in their lives. Support that,
Yeah,
because
no, it really
sugar
is.
is a
And
killer.
I mean, the other thing too that I discovered through all my research is when my mom had cancer, cancer cells eat sugar and they love it. And that's how they just keep
They love
multiplying and
sugar.
multiplying and multiplying and, spreading throughout your body and stuff. And so, sadly, I was trying to get my mom to slow down on her sugar intake, but, it's hard.
Hard.
Yeah.
It's hard for people to make those changes sometimes. I'm a big believer, when I get sick, if I get a cold or something, I go to lentils. Lentils, to me, like, I feel like they are a food that just like feeds your cells and your body. Yes, I do the vitamin C and all of that, but it's really those lentils, because there are
Well, you
foods
know
that
what?
will
I'm
fight
learning something
disease
there because
as
I haven't
well.
gotten into lentils at all. But I like, for me, I'm just like vitamin D'ing it every day just to like, keep my immune system. And you got your vitamin D
Well,
back there?
where's mine? Where's mine?
There you go. I love it. There
Right
you
here.
go. Because that builds up our immune system, and like people don't believe that, but that is scientifically proven. Like, I mean, that is some real stuff. That's why, like, again, knock on wood, praise God. Like I don't really get sick. Like I haven't had, I don't even know, 20 years
The
ago, maybe I had a cold,
last time,
you know?
right? That's so. Let me ask you this,
Yep.
because you are still a producer, also, and you still have shows that you are making
Yeah.
right
So
now. Is College Hill
we're
that's
airing
still
our
happening? Or
third season of College Hill Celebrity Edition. And like for those of you guys who don't know our show, we basically take 6 to 8 different celebrities every single season who have either never been to college before or didn't have a chance to finish or didn't have the HBCU experience, and we send them to college. And so like they have to go to school. It is real. They have to go to class every single day and they're graded on their attendance. They have midterms, they have finals, they have presentations, all that. And, at the end of the season, we see who graduates and who doesn't. And we don't like,
right?
fudge test scores or anything. It's all really real. And you know what, honey, what's so funny is like at the beginning of every single season, the cast members don't really take the academics that seriously at first, and they're like trying to sleep
Uh,
in and not go to class and stuff. And then when they start getting their grades and realize that their grade yeah, and their grades are
they
being televised in front of the world. Right. Who wants to look
right,
stupid, on
right.
national TV? And so then they kind of then buckle up, and then it's really funny because then they start being really competitive, with each other and stuff. Yeah. So anyway, so yeah. So for third season's airing right now, and it's a it,
Uh, Congratulations on that. So let me ask you this: how do you take care of yourself during production? Because I know for me,
yeah.
production is like a challenge. Like that's when you're in production, it's hard to work out. Your early mornings, late nights, or early mornings, late nights, and then you're like having meetings at the end of a day. Like, how do you? And
Yeah.
then food isn't
I
so
mean, I'm
great.
going to
So
be
how do you
completely honest
manage?
with you. The one thing that I do slack on, excuse me, every now and then, is the exercise. When I'm producing and stuff, because like you said, as a producer, for me, especially if I'm doing a feature film, I'm working like 14, 16 hours a day.
Oh
And
yeah,
so it's really
yeah,
hard to squeeze the exercising in. But what I do is I always stay like in one of those kind of like hotel/apartment type things that where I have my own kitchen. And
right.
so I do serious grocery shopping. I have all my lemons, all my alkaline waters. I have like all of that, all my green apples, like all my healthy stuff, I have right at the apartment. And so I try to eat as much there as I can. Obviously, when you're on set, you can't, craft services will offer you things. You're going to be
It
tempted.
looks so
You're gonna
eating
be
it.
tempted because they'll come by with like the chili and the burritos and all the fun finger
Exactly.
foods and stuff, and so you'll cheat, every now and then. I have to admit that, but I do keep up. I'm sure you do too, on my supplements, and so like, yeah,
The I mean, and that's one of the things too. Like, I mean, I try to keep up on mine anyway. I mean, I am a big my multivitamin and my vitamin D. That's like
same,
those are my
yeah.
like go to every day, every day. I probably need to get better with the bees because like I'm at
Yeah,
that
the
age where I
bees
got
will
to
keep
keep
your
this
brain so
brain going.
sharp.
It's it's really important, but I do know that like when we are on set, if someone gets sick, we are taking other supplements too, like just to keep it all away so it doesn't go around. So now, do you
Yes.
cook? Like, so you're saying you've got your kitchen, do you go
Okay, now this is a
actually cook
true
dinner
story, and
for
everybody that
yourself?
knows me knows I'm telling the truth. Prior to this year, I did not cook at all. And so I did not cook at all. Like every
Okay.
now and then I would make some tacos, maybe some spaghetti or something every now and then. But I had this crazy lifestyle where I was always like working or getting the kids someplace or something. So I didn't have time to cook. So either we had somebody that cooked for us, or we did some door dashing and Postmates and, and that kind of stuff. So, but as you may know, I left LA. I moved from LA to Hilton Head, South Carolina. So I live in South Carolina now. And
Right.
I just decided that this chapter of my life, I'm going to make myself learn how to cook. And so, yes. And so I have
Fantastic.
been cooking this entire year. And I've been like, every now and then you'll see me on Instagram. I'm showing you guys a little bit of what I make. Nothing too complicated. Again, lots of spaghetti, pasta. It's just, Yeah, baked chicken. I do baked chicken a lot, ground turkey, tacos, and, and that kind of stuff. But I am cooking a lot more. I'm sure you're a much better cook than me, but all my friends are sharing little secrets too
Um,
on how to cook.
yeah, I've learned to keep it
Yeah.
very simple. I mean, I do cook. Like I said, my lentils, and I have a couple different lentil recipes. I don't eat red meat or poultry, so I do cook a lot of fish, a lot of seafood. But I do, and also in my cooking, because I don't use a lot of heavy cream and butter, so it's all very clean and light
Yeah.
and fresh and pretty simple. And I like my food like that. I like to taste the food. I just want to respond because somebody asked if I know a good vitamin supplement. Actually, I do. Movita Organics has amazing vitamin D. I think someone was asking about a vitamin D. Somebody was also asking about vitamins that are good for the brain. And as we mentioned, it's the vitamin Bs that are really good. Movita Organics has a wonderful vitamin B complex. You should check them out. Our products are amazing. I don't mean to go off and do a commercial, but what I will say is you can take them on an empty stomach. They are made from organic ingredients. They're fermented, and you get most bang for your buck. So you can check out movitaorganics.com. We have 6 really great products, and really you should try them out. I'm really proud of them, and I take them myself. And I very much believe in them. And I actually just visited our factory the other day, and it's amazing to see how they make it all happen.
No,
So that's
can
for
I
Movita
just applaud
Organics.
you
I'm also
because I'm listening to how you're explaining your products and you're saying organic. And that is so
yeah,
important because I only take organic supplements and stuff because once you start
yeah,
mixing like chemicals and things into, the organic vitamins and stuff, you're messing up the vitamins and stuff. And so like, yep.
yeah. Synthetic are not synthetic, which is why you can take them on an empty stomach and it doesn't bother your stomach. Like really, we put a lot of thought into our products. Like there is no reason for me to be selling vitamins unless I know they're of best in
Love
class
it.
in the
Yeah, it's
marketplace.
awesome.
So I appreciate yeah, it's great. And look, I love what you're doing. And it's so funny, Tracey. I just have to tell you,
That's
I
my
was talking
girl.
to Nia Long a couple of weeks ago, and she was just, yeah, and she was just reminiscing about the days of soul food and like sitting around that table, and how she just remembers just laughing hysterically. Like someone would start something and they would just start laughing, and she was just talking about like how great it was, and it just took me back there
Oh
too.
my God.
Like
Thank,
such a great
thank you so
film. I
much.
mean,
That
you
was,
just
um,
that
thank
room,
you.
all of
I mean, that was my
really.
first movie, and so like I did that when I was again a baby, like in my 20s, and I just like it's such a loving, amazing experience, and I have so many beautiful memories. And Nia and I often joke about that those table scenes too, because you as a producer know we have to do so much coverage because it's all this dialogue and these like subliminal, digs at siblings and stuff, and you have to
Right,
like focus on their reactions and stuff. So those scenes took forever to shoot, and like they'd have to keep
right.
pretending like they're eating, and the food's all cold and stuff. And so, but yeah, but Nia and I did that together, and that's how we've become friends, and we've been like close ever since.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes,
love Nia
hey
Long. Like
Nia.
shout out to Nia Long. She's so great. Really great. I know.
You know
Someone's
what,
saying you should
you
do
guys,
another
I
soul
have
food. I
tried,
know
and I'm
Jay.
sure you know as a producer and stuff, I have tried so many years, decades to, to do a sequel. The rights are a hot mess because, all the
Uh,
studios bought
uh,
out the other studios and stuff. And so, there's all these shared rights now. And to get everybody to sign off and let us do a sequel has been a nightmare. But haven't given up
I
though.
can. So maybe it's not an actual sequel to Soul Food. Maybe it's
Girl,
something else that
I have tried everything.
you can get a
I even tried the Christmas, like a Christmas movie. Yeah, I've tried all of it, but to
right.
use the name Soul Food, yeah, they're like, blocking me.
Can't do
Yeah.
it. Right. Yeah. Sure. I'm sure. Well, I'm sure you'll figure something out, Tracey.
Well,
So
you know
anything
what?
else happening that you
One
wanna
other project
share
that's
us on?
coming up that I will hopefully be shooting September-ish is we're adapting Elin Harris's famous classic novel, Invisible Life.
No.
Yes, yeah. So yeah, you read that, Tonya?
Oh my God, yes, and I was a friend of Lynn's. Like I love.
What
He's
I mean,
amazing
he was
human
so
being.
amazing, and of course, he's passed away. And
Yeah.
true story, I don't know if you know this, but actually, I saw Elin in LA, and we met about Invisible Life, and took pictures together and everything because we actually closed our deal the day that he passed away.
Oh,
And so I woke up the next morning, and someone was telling, yeah, I was like,
crazy,
I can't even believe it. So it's like my mission, in this life, to make
yeah.
sure I produce an amazing adaptation of Invisible Life, and I will.
I know you will, and I know it's great. Like
Oh, thank
cannot
you.
wait for that, Tracey. Really
Thank you.
excited. And
Yeah,
like
and
doing
you
what you're
too. I'm
doing,
like so proud of all of your work, and again, I know how hard it is out there. Shout out to all the sisters out there. I just came from the Essence Women in Harmony luncheon that was sponsored by the National Urban League, and the sisterhood in
mm-hmm.
that room was amazing because
Wait,
Bevy Smith
Betty
was honored,
honored there.
also, and so they honored, a few of us, and it was the most beautiful event. But it was like, just when you're connecting with the energy in that room, like, I mean, women are warriors. I mean, there are
Yes,
so
we
many
are.
battles that we fight on all fronts, and we don't tell the rest of the world that we're fighting them. We just
Mm-hmm.
kind of like stand tall and just keep it moving. Yep, because we know our children are watching us, and we got to stay strong for everybody. But but it's hard out there. Work, raising kids, single parent momming, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
And your business going,
Yes.
raising funds, whether it's for a business or whether it's for a film or a show, like keeping
No,
all of that stuff going.
it's
It is
not.
not
It's like
easy.
it's
It
a
is.
daily grind, hustle, and we face so many challenges. But one of the things that I keep encouraging all women to do is just to support each other, have each other's backs, because it's hard out there on your own. And so, like, my girlfriends, aka my sisters, like, have been amazing throughout my whole life's journey and stuff. And so, but people like you also inspire me, and so I keep doing what you're doing. Thank you.
Well, I mean, it's great to see people out there who you've been watching over the years and just see you out there doing your
Thank
thing.
you.
It is inspiring, and it inspires me, and I know it inspires a lot of people out there. People have said that already on the
Oh,
on this
thank
feed.
thank
So it's
you.
been.
I appreciate everybody for being here and sharing this time with us. It's been so much fun. We got to do this again too.
I think
Yes, we
so
do.
too,
Okay,
and we have to do
you're
it
in
in
New
real
York
life
though,
too.
right? I
And
come to New York.
I,
My
I
youngest
am.
son
I
is
am.
just graduated from college out there, and he's still living there. So I come out there all the time. So I'm taking you to lunch
Okay.
when I come out there.
And I want people to check allrightnow.com out and
I'm
follow
at
you. Where should they
Tracy,
follow? Tracey Edmonds.
TracyEdmonds, and I'm on Instagram, Twitter. I finally did TikTok, Tonya. I don't know if you're on TikTok. Finally did that.
Getting
And then
there. I'm
also
getting there.
too, I have my own YouTube channel. So I have the Tracy Edmonds channel where I kind of
That's,
just show bits of my life out here, my new life out here in Hilton Head, and the lifestyle. And I talk a lot about health and wellness, diet, exercise, and all that.
well, thank you for that. Thank you for doing what you do. And
Same,
it's been such a pleasure
same. Thanks
talking with you
everyone.
today,
Thanks,
Tracey.
Tonya. I'll see you soon in New York.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Look forward to it.